Asked, how do you actually go about ordering a custom built bike here? So the beauty about Electric Bike Company is we actually build all our bikes to order. We build them all here in the United States, and we actually get all our parts from around the world, and we inspect them and test them, and then we actually build in every bike individually. You can actually then get your serial number of your bike and actually speak to the builder that actually built your bike. So let's just assume you liked, say, the Model S. You click on the Design Yours icon. If you want to learn more, you can click on the Learn More button. And then you get to a display here where the bike actually then changes according to what you want. The first option is the drivetrain. Do you want a 7-speed or a direct drive? Now, there's two different schools of thought there, of course. I personally like the direct drive because you don't have to have a 7-speed drivetrain and it's less maintenance and your chain doesn't come off. So let's just assume for this little exercise that you chose to go with the direct drive chain. And so there's no extra cost on that. And so what you'll then have a choice of doing is choosing your frame colors. So we've got some really fun frame colors here. And you might just want to go through and just see what your frame might look like if you choose all these fun colors. We've done the best we can to be able to choose to be able to show you the colors. They are pretty close, but there can be some slight variance. But my favorite color is blue, so I'm going to go with the blue there. You can choose then your fork type. So what type of fork do you like? There are two different schools of thought here. One is obviously hard, the rigid fork, or do you want to have the suspension? I quite like the suspension, but I'm tall and I don't mind my hands a little bit higher, and I'm a lot heavier than average. So I kind of like that. Most people are okay with the rigid, and especially women, because their inseams are actually just longer, and they like to have maybe a suspension seat post or a nice comfortable seat. And it's not so important to have the rigid, to have the suspension fork. But let's just assume we go with the rigid fork, and you can choose any color for the fork. So you can run through the designs over here and choose your best one. I kind of like it that it matches the frames. I'm just going to go with the blue. The chain guards, again, you got all the different colors, so you're not only limited to these colors, you can actually send us a color that you like and we'll match it. So in the notes below, when you check out, you'll just say, well, instead of having this blue, I'd like to have, and you send us the code or a swab and we'll match it and then paint your bike that way. I personally love the wood. The wood is a handmade wood that we do here in-house, and it's unbelievable. We stain it, and once we make it, we stain it and then finish it and waterproof it with 3 layers. It's fantastic. Same with the fenders. I like it when the chain guard and the chain guard and the fenders match. Then the trim, I kind of like black trim. A lot of people like the silver, but I kind of like the black trimmed out here. Wheel size, well, this is an important option. If you are sort of a little bit smaller and you got a small inseam and you're on the fence about it, I would go with the 24-inch wheels. So it's more for petite, more for people sort of under 5'2", 5'3". Really, you can fit some 5'1", 5'2" on our bikes. But if you're really on the fence and you want your feet flat on the ground, go 24-foot. I'm a little taller, so I'm going to go 26-inch. 24-inch, so 26-inch. And then the rim, so your rim type. So you can have silver. I quite like the red. Black is also pretty cool for me. Red, the ladies seem to prefer the silver. So you can also do that. If you really wanted some other color, you can add in the notes of your rim color, and we'll try and make it happen. Spokes, I also kind of like black spokes. Normally when you have silver rims, you get silver spokes, but now I'm getting the red. So then you've got the choice of tires. The Continental tire is by far the best as far as these tires are concerned. On our Model R, the Model R tire is better in my opinion than the Continental. But as far as the 26-inch, 2.2, 2.3-inch tires, the Continentals are pretty good. But I really like the brown and Schwabe tires. Schwabe's still sort of like in the top 3, cruiser style tire makers, and it's got the reflective sidewalls, so I really like those. Now when it comes to the battery, I'm a heavier guy, so I prefer to get the 100 mile and upgrade it, so I'd never have range anxiety. But you can also get the 140 mile, and you'll notice it adds the basket on the front, or you can get up to 200 miles, and then you get a huge battery on the front, and it's just all hidden in the basket, so it still looks pretty good. The bike actually looks like a regular beach cruiser bike, but it does add some weight, but it's awesome to have that range if you want it. So I'm just going to go with 100 mile. I'm fine with that. Now for the battery case. The back battery case, every other manufacturer just says black, and it's black or it's black. Well, we love colors. We love the different colors. I'm also a real big fan of the yellow, but I'd like to kind of, think about matching the color of my bike. I also like the red because it kind of takes from the red rims. So I'm going to stick with the red on this one. I really like a front basket. Although I'm not going to have the battery in the basket this time, I like a front basket. I like silver, one of my favorites. But since we got the red there, we can add the red. Or I think I'm going to go with the blue to match my frame. The nice thing about us obviously building our bikes is we can do any custom color. So we also can add your baskets, your liner, the inliner. So we don't just get a basket, you just get an inliner, so you can throw your keys in there and your cell phone and your sunglasses and all kinds of little things, and it's not going to fall out. So here is where you can get real creative. I think with the blue, since I've got the red, I'm going to do blue and red on the basket. So there are some really nice metallic colors in here, as you can see. These metallic colors are awesome, but I'm just going to go with the safe old red color in the basket. Now, when it comes to seats and grip, I'm always really fond of black, but since I went with the brown and tan tires, I'm going to go tan to kind of match the tires and the wood fenders. Then you can choose if you want an anti-theft alarm system. If you guys are watching this video, I'm going to give you a code, and you'll get this $125 an alarm system for free. So just when you check out and you add alarm, please add alarm to your coupon code ALARM, alarm. That's the code, and you get a free alarm. So don't even worry about adding the alarm. Just say none on there. You see the alarm there is $129. Just add none and then add alarm, and you'll get it free. Now, when it comes to the seat post, this is quite a good thing. I personally like a suspension seat post, and the seat is so super comfortable, and with the balloon tires it should be fine, but I'm quite heavy. I'm well over 250 pounds, so I'm going to go with a suspension seat post. It does add a little bit of a height to your seat, so bear that in mind, but I'm going to go ahead and add that. GPS tracker. I'm okay with the getting the alarm, so I'm going to leave the GPS tracker. But if you want to track your activities and all kinds of things, it's kind of fun to have. Helmets, we've got all different types of helmets. I've already got a helmet, so I'm going to leave that. And the one thing I really like on this bike is always have my lock with me. Although you got the alarm, and I don't keep my bike overnight in sort of unsafe places, I still like the U-lock. The U-locks are hardened steel U-lock. It fits kind of really nice on your seat down tube, seat stay, and you can just lock it up there. So I don't know what you guys think of my bike. I think it's a pretty cool bike. I'm going to take a screenshot of that, and I'm going to sleep on it tonight. So I just do that there. And then I send it to myself, and I sleep on it. And if I really like it, I can go back to my inbox, and I can go either recreate this, or if I haven't closed out my page, I can choose that.